My aunt forced herself to become executor. It ruined her life. The rain at the graveside service wasn't the cinematic, cleansing kind. It was a cold, miserable drizzle that turned the cemetery clay into a slick, gray paste that ruined shoes and dampened spirits. I stood there, watching the mahogany casket of my Uncle Marcus being lowered into the ground, and I felt a strange, hollow sensation in my chest. It wasn't just grief. It was the heavy, suffocating weight of a secret I was carrying, a secret that was currently standing 3 feet away from me in a pair of $600 heels that were slowly sinking into the mud. Aunt Linda. She wasn't crying. She was scanning the crowd through oversized Gucci sunglasses, tallying the attendance like a club promoter counting heads at the door. She held a handkerchief to her dry eyes, dabbing at imaginary tears, but I could see the tension in her jaw. She wasn't mourning her brother. She was calculating her net worth. He went out like a king, Linda whispered to me, her voice raspy from a morning of chain-smoking slim cigarettes. She gestured to the casket, which was adorned with brass handles and polished to a mirror shine. That box cost 12 grand, you know, only the best for Marcus. That's how we do it. He would have liked it, I said quietly, keeping my eyes on the hole in the ground. Of course he would, she snapped, smoothing the lapel of her fur coat. He was a man of taste, a man of means. Unlike some people in this family. She shot a pointed look at my father, her other brother, who was standing in the back wearing a suit he bought at a department store 10 years ago. My dad is a teacher. He drives a Honda. He loved Marcus, but he never understood him. Linda, on the other hand, worshipped the ground Marcus walked on because that ground was usually paved with marble. Marcus was the success story. He was the entrepreneur. He drove a Bentley. He lived in a 6-bedroom colonial on the hill. He threw parties where champagne flowed like water and people ate caviar off tiny spoons. To the outside world, and specifically to Linda, Uncle Marcus was a tycoon. To me, he was a terrified, lonely man who called me at 3 a.m. 3 weeks before he died, sobbing so hard he couldn't breathe. We need to talk about the will, Linda said. The casket hadn't even touched the bottom yet. The priest was still muttering about dust and ashes. Not now, Linda, I whispered, feeling the heat rise in my neck. We are literally at his funeral. There is no better time, she hissed, stepping closer, her perfume, something heavy and floral, clogging my nose. I know Marcus named you as the potential executor in that old draft from 5 years ago, but let's be realistic, Danny. You're 26. You work in IT. You don't know the first thing about managing a multi-million-dollar estate. The portfolio alone requires a sophisticated touch. I can handle it, I said, keeping my face neutral. You can't, she said, her voice dropping to a dangerous, predatory low. And I won't let you. I've already spoken to my lawyer. We're filing a petition to contest your appointment. I am his older sister. I am the only one with the business acumen to handle assets of this magnitude. Don't fight me on this, Danny. I will drag you through probate court for 2 years if I have to. I will drain the estate in legal fees before I let a child play with the big boy money. I looked at her. I looked at the greed vibrating off her like heat waves off pavement. She wanted the control. She wanted the prestige. She wanted to be the one to sign the checks and drive the Bentley. I thought about the conversation I had with Marcus. I thought about the stack of envelopes on his desk stamped past due and final notice. I took a deep breath. The rain dripped off the brim of my umbrella. Okay, I said. Linda blinked behind her sunglasses. What? Okay, I repeated, turning to face her fully. You're right, Aunt Linda. I'm too young. It's too much responsibility. I don't want to fight you. If you want to be the executor, you can have it. A slow, smug smile spread across her face, revealing teeth that were bleached to blinding, unnatural white. Smart boy, she purred, patting my cheek with a gloved hand. I always knew you were the sensible one. Leave the heavy lifting to me. I'll make sure you get a nice little check when it's all settled. Maybe enough for a down payment on a starter home. Thanks, Linda, I said. That's very generous of you. Linda is happy, but soon I will unleash the financial hurricane that's about to level her life. Marcus wasn't a businessman. He was a magician. He juggled debt like chainsaws. I'm handing her a grenade with the pin already pulled. And the best part, as the executor, she is the one who has to jump on it. Watch full version here.